You are not making money from your work because you are not pricing accordingly. You are not pricing correctly. You are not pricing appropriately. There are certain factors that you need to factor into your pricing before you sell your product. There are certain information that you need to gather together and understand the one plus one of them before you sell. The first is your production costs, the cost of production. Cost of production in terms of the materials that you use to produce. Cost of production in terms of the people that you use to produce. Cost of productions in terms of the items, both tangible and intangibles, that you use to produce your work. You have to consider the cost of production and the cost of sale, because what it will cost you to produce may be different from what it will cost you to sell and market. They are two different cost centers. I need you guys to understand that. Or they may end up being the same figures, but you need to apportion figures to each and every one of the items that falls into either categories, either the production category or the sales marketing category. Now, the cost centers that you can look at will be your design apps, the apps that you are using to design your works. For example, you pay for Canva, etc. There's a payment that comes with you using your apps tools that you are using to design. So you have to take cognizance of those costs. Another cost that you need to be aware of is your marketing costs, your online store. If you have your own personal online store or you are paying for marketplaces, you have to take note of the cost of listing or the cost of those subscriptions. And if you have your own personal website, there are certain costs that will come with you maintaining your website. There is also social media. If you have social media pages where you run sponsored ads or you intend to run sponsored ads, you have to think of the cost of doing all of that as well. Those costs have to go into your pricing strategy. The third cost center that you need to be aware of is people. Who did you use to produce your work? What were the people resources that you used? The people who have a large client base and cannot individually keep up with orders and demands, they sometimes hire other to work with them to help them create. So what is the cost of that? You have people in finance, you have people who will help you to market. If you don't want to market by yourself, maybe you want to outsource your marketing or you want to hire a marketer. You have admin and customer service, people who are helping you with processing orders, helping you with keeping your documents, organizing your documents, keeping everything together for you. You are paying for that. So that also has to be factored into your pricing. You have finance. Maybe you are using a financial advisor somewhere. You have to factor the cost of that service. Maybe you are using a financial app. You have to factor the cost of that into your pricing as well. Then there are other costs or miscellaneous that you also have to think about, including power that you are using to work, including internet data, whether you are using the internet in your home office or in an out of home office. You are using internet data and you are paying for it. You have to factor that into your cost. There is also the cost of the computer or the phone that you are using to work, your work tools. There is the cost of the studio, whether you are using a home studio or an out of home studio to work, your workspace, rent. These are the cost centers that you have to be aware of before you put your work out there for sale. Again, don't forget the cost of production and the cost of sale, the cost of marketing and selling. Those costs are very, very important. They are extremely, extremely important. Don't just slap a price on your hard work, even though you want to see what is obtainable in the general market. You also want to dig into your own specific cost of getting your work together. It's not about just producing. You have to think of the cost of all of these resources that you have expended to create that singular work or a collection of work, depending on what you are churning out. So in a nutshell, you have the cost of selling, the cost of production, plus the cost of other expenses. Then you had your markup profits, and then you have your price. Whether you are going to do 50% markup, 10% markup, whatever percentage of markup that you want to add after all of these other costs that you have expended is up to you. Whatever percentage you want to add is up to you. You have to decide that. That's what I wanted to share with us today. Let me know if this video has added any value to you in any way. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, click on the notification button. I'll see you guys in the next one.